All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, my goodness, this game, even right now, I'm still shook. I am so shook from how crazy this game was. Team USA winning in a thriller against Serbia. Check this out. USA loses the first quarter by 8 points, loses the third quarter by 3 points, so they're down 11 going into the half. Then they lose the third quarter. Did I say second quarter or third quarter that first time? Anyway, they ended up losing the third quarter by 2 points. So they go into the fourth quarter down 13 points. Then they win the fourth 32-15. Not only that, Serbia looked phenomenal. In all honesty, they just couldn't miss jack. Let's get into the box score. Let's talk about it. The performance from these starters in particular were just unreal. In a 40-minute game, LeBron James logged in 32 minutes, Joel Embiid 27, D-Book 24, Jrue Holiday 20, and Steph 33. My goodness, Stephen Curry 36 points. We talked about it in our last video. This dude was going to blow up. It was only a matter of time. He was going to have his moment. Now, I didn't know if it was going to be in the semis or if they won in the finals, but again, it's not even just me making a crazy prediction. Everyone in the world knew Steph Curry would have his moment, but my oh my, did we not expect it to be this great. This game probably was the greatest game I've ever seen in my life, just because you have all these great players on the court at the same time, and Serbia, who doesn't have the same depth as Team USA, obviously, but they were battling and giving everything. Every loose ball, they were hauling ass. Every time they shot a three, it was like, oh, this feels like it's just gonna go in. And they played great, so credit to them. But what they lacked at was the clutch moments. And in the fourth quarter, they didn't make a single three. Getting into the box score, though, LeBron James, 16 points. Joel Embiid, 19. Devin Booker, 6. But the points don't do him justice because he hit a really timely three to cut the lead down to 5 in the fourth quarter. But his defense was also really, really good. He was on every player in their grill, trying not to foul. I think he only had, 3 fouls? For as good of his defense as he was playing, limiting that to 3 is pretty impressive. Jrue Holiday didn't get much run in the fourth quarter because KD got that run, 24 minutes. And those 9 points, you see 9, you don't think much, but he had some clutch buckets. I think they were up 3 or up 2. KD hits a fadeaway 2 on Jokic, I believe, to bring it up to 4. And it was incredible. KD with a clutch bucket and really, really good defense. I was thoroughly impressed with this entire Team USA in that fourth quarter, especially. Bam Adebayo, only 10 minutes, but really not a factor. AD, he was in there at the fourth, having some impactful moments. AE and Derek White, really just non-factors in this one. And the bench did not run deep in this one. It was very starter heavy. Steve Kerr had to lean on them. And then KD slotting in as that closer instead of Jrue Holiday. But my oh my, this game was phenomenal. Taking you through the first quarter, seeing USA go down early, but seeing Steph Curry get hot, I was not really worried too much at the time, just because I'm thinking Serbia can't shoot like this all game. They were on fire. I think it was Bogdanovic, and I don't even remember the other guy's name. It was Bogdanovic and Avramovic, 15 points, and then Jokic, 11 assists. Freaking amazing from Jokic. But if you look at Serbia's depth, the bench player with the most minutes is Micic. He was 2 for 7, 8 points. And then they had, after that, 13 minutes, Milutun. Again, struggling to pronounce the name here. That's Serbia's biggest downfall. But also, again, going into that fourth quarter. Well, before we get there, let's continue with the first quarter, where we are now. Steph Curry getting hot. So you're thinking, okay, surely Serbia is going to cool down. And then USA made a run in the second quarter, right? They brought it down to, I want to say, 6. But Serbia kept battling back and hitting timely threes. And Jokic is doing so good with feeding his teammates open looks. And there was looks that they also missed. His assist count could have been higher. But they were still really good nonetheless. And USA, my oh my, offensively they were playing solid, sure, but they really could not get any transition going just because Serbia was knocking down the shots. So they were getting in a lot of half-court sets, and Every time they missed, Serbia still took their time. It didn't feel like Serbia was playing with a lot of pace. It was more so Team USA that wanted to play with more pace. But every time Serbia had an opportunity, they were shooting a three. But Steph Curry balanced it out by putting 17 up in the first quarter. Only 3 in the second quarter, but nevertheless, other players stepped up. And I was just thoroughly impressed. Again, I really can't say this enough with how composed they were through these runs. Was Team USA and Serbia. Both of them showed major composure and not collapsing. Serbia easily in the second quarter, when Team USA brought it back to 6 after being down 17, Serbia could have easily just been like, dude, they're just catching up. They're going to take over. They didn't. And Team USA, when they were down 17, any other game, it's probably a blowout. Just because in NBA, 82 game regular season, you're not really worried about losing one game. But this is it. It's the knock-on round. So they were rallying really, really, really hard. Then we take you to the third quarter. Team USA makes a run. I think they brought it down to 6 again. But Serbia, with their composure once more, and their fight and their grit, were pushing back. And we're pushing back. And they brought that lead from 6 to 13 going into the fourth. But they did that by, again, hitting the timely threes. LeBron trying to get some steals, and Curry sometimes losing his man on defense. It was looking a bit rough, but the bench did no favors. When Curry went out and he checked out of that third quarter, they were down, I want to say 6. The end of the quarter, it was 13. Anthony Edwards just a little loose with the ball. Turnovers at very untimely times. When I know you see right here, where is it, 2 turnovers? But they're just 2 turnovers that were gut-wrenching because you felt the momentum and adrenaline being heavily pushed towards USA with one more bucket, but AE would turn the ball over. And Derek White 0 for 2 when they really needed some timely buckets. So it was really just a frustrating game for these two for sure. Bam Adebayo, like I said, not really much of a factor. AD had a couple of moments, but 4 fouls, did his best against Jokic. But that's why it was so starter heavy, is because you open the fourth quarter down 13. They sent out all the starters. They said, you know what? We're not doing this, bro. We can't have the bench unit right now come take over like in other games where they picked up the starter slack. But no, it was the Captain America. Joel Embiid was phenomenal in the fourth quarter, finding his spots and just doing what he did in the Sixers. That mid-range pull-up where he's taking 2-3 dribbles inside the arc, pulling up close to that paint around that free throw line, just knocked down. He alone had like a 7-0 run just off his points, and then had a key block, especially for momentum, right? That one block, again, you see one and you're thinking, it's not much, but it's just how timely it is to where it's so noticeable. It's just a big deal. D-Book, again, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the video, but he was just so on his shit defensively. He didn't worry about his shots. He didn't worry about his looks. And when he got a look, hit a 3 to cut it down to 5. And Steph Curry, man, oh man, 9 for 14 from 3. I mean, they don't win this game, obviously, without Steph Curry. Obviously not. He was just hitting some crazy ass shit. He even had one in the first quarter where he just hit it, turned around, looked at the bench before it went in. But all throughout the game, you could just tell he was feeling it and feeling it and feeling it. And they fought so hard, both teams. And that's why this game was one of the greatest games I've ever seen, period. Just because they both wanted it badly. Badly. Every possession was get on your defensive stance and get in their grill. And the refs were being a little lenient for sure. In terms of contact, there were some times where I'm like, how the fuck is this not a foul? And then other times they called a foul too easily. It was a little weird, but all in all, I would say the whistle was the same for both sides. It's not like, they were biased or anything. It was just a weird officiated game, in my opinion. But even then, Stephen Curry, oh man, that's just crazy. And we're not going to talk about this enough, in my opinion, just because Steph Curry played so good, but 10 assists for LeBron James. And man, oh man, could you tell? Dude was feeding all day, just feeding. And then the 16 points, had that fast break lay-in to make the lead go up to 3 after Steph Curry hit a 3 to go up 1. So get that 3-point lead. And then I forgot who hit it after that. It was Steph again with the lane and fast break. They go up 5. Bogdanovic, Serbia, and 1 to get it to 2. Then KD is when he comes in clutch and gets his bucket. Just such a good game. I'm in awe. I am in awe of how good this game was. Seriously. I genuinely thought for a second there that Serbia was going to win. And you know how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in the Olympics? Period. But also in the Olympics? That is really, really hard. And USA beat Serbia 3 times. 1 in exhibition, 1 in group stage, and 1 in the knockout round. So, holy crap. Great game from Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Devin Booker, KD. But the man of the hour definitely is Stephen Curry. But I don't want to get that overlooked. Of course, you don't win without Stephen Curry, but the contributions of LeBron James and Embiid need to go noticed. The defense from KD needs to get noticed, and Devin Booker literally just not even needing the ball in his hands, just straight up being locked down needs to be noticed. People are not going to talk about that enough. Rightfully so when Steph Curry drops freaking 36 points, but I want to highlight it in my video because I feel that it's important. Obviously, this is a group effort, and they needed all hands on deck to beat Serbia because Serbia played really well. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. This game was freaking awesome. If you didn't get to watch it because you were busy working, I apologize. You missed an all-timer in my opinion. So good. As always, though, this is Ollie Been Different. We've been different. And we out.